Greetings, 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 good people. Happy Monday, and thank you for clicking on the video. It is Monday, July 8th. The year is 2024, and it is hot topics time, okay? If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, all right? As you're coming in, please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button, okay? Thank you in advance. All right, y'all. So on today's lineup, it's pretty light today. Okay, I want to talk about Kandi Burrus of Escape and formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She had her unsung episode, and she is insinuating, not necessarily accusing, her former bandmate LaTOCHA Scott of taking her diary and seemingly exposing her secret relationship with Jermaine Dupree. I'm going to share my thoughts on that. We also have Tokyo Toni on the lineup. Okay, I didn't want to put her on, but I just want to talk about how disgusting she is. Some of you may not know what's going on, and I got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between. So, like I said, as you're coming in, please hit that like button. All right, that's your admission fee. Thanks in advance. So, before we get to Kandi and Tokyo Nasty Toni, I thought that this was interesting. Okay, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy says that he does not want a funeral. He wants to be let go quietly. All right. So I thought that this was interesting. So he recently sat down for an interview with reporter Kevin McCarthy. And he basically joked that people should play the Beverly Hills Cop theme music at his service before admitting that he doesn't want a service at all. Now, you know, he's on a press run because Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel F, recently dropped on Netflix. I started watching it, but I do have to finish. Let me know if you guys watched it in the comments, right? So he said, that's just a joke because I'm never having a funeral. He said, I mean, I'm going to die like everybody else, but my loved ones, no funeral. Just let me go quietly. Now, what do you guys think about that? I mean, a lot of people in the comments of the neighborhood talk on Instagram, that's where this post is from, a lot of people share the same sentiment. They're like, look, just cremate me and sprinkle my ashes in the ocean or something like that. Someone said, I don't want to wake, memorial, funeral, repast, none of it. Cremate me and spread my ashes in the ocean somewhere, wasting unnecessary money. I don't fool with people anyway. Someone else said his death, his last wishes. I ain't mad. So he don't want his family to mourn him. I mean, you don't have to have a service to mourn. I think traditionally, most people think like, oh, you have to have a funeral. They want to see a physical body in a casket. I always thought that funerals always creep me out. Seeing your deceased loved one or whoever in a casket and there's no life in that body has always been extremely morbid to me. Another thing that I think is very wild, to say the least, is the amount of money that these funeral homes rake in on a daily basis. Funeral home directors, they make a lot a lot of money. Even to cremate someone is extremely, extremely expensive. But I share the same sentiment as Eddie Murphy. I've been saying that this since I was in my early 20s. I don't want a funeral. Cremate me, and my offspring, now I have a child, right? I want my child to take all of my money and live life. Take it, it's your inheritance, and live life. I don't want a funeral. I don't want a service. I don't want to wake. You're not coming to see my deceased body. I don't want none of that. But unfortunately, Eddie Murphy, you don't have any say so once you've gone to the upper room, right? Hopefully your loved ones will honor your request, but at the end of the day, you're no longer going to be here, so you're not going to be in control. So yeah, I'm with him on that though. I don't want a funeral whatsoever. Nothing. The only thing that the funeral home will do is to cremate me, put me in a pretty urn, and my offspring, my child can keep it. Okay. But take that insurance money, invest it in yourself, live life, and move on. I don't want to give my hard-earned money to a funeral home. Okay, that's just me. What are your thoughts? I mean, people can do whatever they want to do, but like I said, when you're no longer here, you're not in control. So hopefully, my child will honor my wishes, and hopefully Eddie Murphy's loved ones will honor his wishes as well. I don't blame him. I absolutely don't blame him. All right, shifting gears. Auntie Maxine had a lot of things to say. Okay, you guys know that recently the first presidential debate took place, and it was a hot mess. Okay, it was an absolute hot mess. Biden has since said that he had a cold, he wasn't feeling well, etc. I think that the debate should have been postponed, but whatever. So Maxine basically addressed people saying that Biden is too old. So let's take a look and a listen to what Auntie Maxine had to say. Like to hear it? Here you go.
At a point in time where people are talking about Biden is too old. Hell, I'm older than Biden.
You look good, Congresswoman.
And I get up every morning.
All right.
And I exercise.
All right.
And I work late hours.
All right.
I take care of black people.
All right.
Trump has told you who he is. He defined himself. He is a no good, deplorable, lying, despicable human being. And he's talking about if he doesn't win, there's going to be a bloodbath. There's going to be violence. There's going to be a civil war. Who the hell do you think he's coming after? Who's going to be targeted? Who is he talking about? But you know he means business because he is the one that led the invasion on the Capitol January 6th. Now, do we have to talk about the difference between these two? Now, I want to tell you, no matter what anybody says, it ain't going to be no other Democratic candidate. It's going to be Biden, and we better know it. We're now...
Well, Auntie Maxine has spoken. Now, I understand what she's saying, okay? But Sister Maxine, Auntie Maxine, Mother Maxine, you have your faculties, okay? And you look sharp, quite frankly, all right? I like that green. That looked really nice. Seriously, no joke. But I understand exactly what she's saying, right? Do I think that Biden is a little bit too old? Yes, and not just because of his age, but because he seems to not, sometimes he's just not with it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's glitching. I don't know. I do understand her sentiment as it pertains to Cheeto 45. What I want to hear is less of Cheeto 45 is this, Cheeto 45 is that. And let's hear some of the policies that you have laid out, President Biden. Let's talk about some of the policies. Like, what's your abstract looking like? What's up? What's gonna be your thing? I don't know the word that I'm looking for. What's gonna be your thing? What is your campaign surrounding? It can't solely be, oh, Cheeto 45 is this, Cheeto 45 is that. We know he was president before. We know what to expect. Okay, it can only get worse than the first time around. I get that. So I really, time is winding down, and I really wish that, Biden would start talking more about like his financial policies and what do you got going on as it pertains to healthcare, the economy. Like what do you have lined up? If you guys know what his policies are, please put them in the comments. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but I did intentionally watch the presidential debate to kind of get an idea of, all right, what's your campaign all about, right? What are you campaigning for, right? So this was also something that I saw on social media. This is the Shade Room's Instagram page. And President Biden, he sends a letter to the Democrats as he's determined to remain in the presidential race, right? He says, quote, "It is time to come together, move forward as a unified party and defeat Donald Trump." See, this is what I'm talking about. And I did read through this letter, okay? And all he's talking about is Donald Trump, beating Donald Trump. That cannot be your stance for this campaign. Like, it can't. All right. I don't want to hear any more about Cheeto 45. I get it. You're running against him, but you need to let it be very clear where you stand as far as your policy for your next term, possibly, right? So in the letter, he states, we have one job, and it's to beat Cheeto 45. We have 42 days to the Democratic Convention and 119 days to the general election. Any weakening of resolve or lack of clarity, about the task ahead only helps Cheeto and hurts us. It is time to come together, move forward as a united party, and defeat Cheeto 45. Okay. So the Democrats, you guys know, they voiced their concern about Biden continuing in the race. So I don't know. It's too late for that. It's too late for that. We can't replace Biden right now. It is far, 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 far too late. Okay. Um, so if that's your strategy, just beat Cheeto 45, you got to come harder than that. These are some serious times that we're in, and it's always crucial during election time. Listen, you vote for who you want to vote for. I'm just saying that your option or your campaign can't solely be, let's beat Cheeto 45. Like, I don't know. Is there going to be a second debate? Are you guys following politics at all? Anybody? No? All right, let's move on to the ratchet stuff, I guess. I got to give you a little bit of news you could use. Tokyo Toni is disgusting. She is absolutely, positively disgusting. And that's the long and short of it. So I'm not playing this scene. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this all over social media. For whatever reason, it was pretty much on brand for the Zeus Network. They have this podcast, the Auntie podcast. It's with Rick Ross's ex, Blueface's mama, I think, is up there. Who else is up there? I don't watch at all. And Tokyo Toni. I've only seen clips circulating on social media when they were doing their promotion. I don't really know who else is up there. But The Game was a host, the rapper, The Game, for whatever reason. Don't you allegedly have a baby on the way with Shawnice, Evelyn Lozada's daughter? Anywho. So they were talking about, for whatever reason, this clip, they were talking about Black China. So The Game basically complimented Black China's skills in bed, I guess. And it really sucks because Angela White, formerly known as Black China, or we'll forever know her as Black China, she has really seemingly turned over a new leaf, and she's really trying to rebrand herself, turn her life around, grow up. She is on this season of College Hill. I got to catch half of one episode, but she seems to be like just really trying to like do a complete 180 and just grow up, better herself. And you got her raggedy ratchet behind mama just out here continuing to embarrass herself. Because at this point, I think that Black China's kind of distanced herself from her mother. Maybe not. I mean, it's her mother, right? So I'm sure she has love for her, but her behavior is so uncouth, and it's really interesting what is made popular. This woman is of a particular age, and you would think that she would have some sort of dignity, some sort of class, some sort of couth. Absolutely not. So anyway, The Game was just complimenting Black China and how she's good in bed. What? Why is that necessary? Black China don't be bothering nobody. And then Tokyo Toni decided it was a good idea to let The Game know how good she is. And she literally opened her legs during the podcast and showed her private area. I'm not playing this trash. She is disgusting. This show is disgusting. Some people said, nah, this was disgusting. Your daughter ain't no slouch down there has to be one of the most ridiculously vile, disrespectful, uncouth things I've ever heard. What an embarrassment. Why are you even talking about Black China? Now, if she sent a cease and desist to this damn podcast, then what? Someone said, please bring back shame. Who tells somebody mama that? What kind of mama responds in that manner? Why would you even want to go and sit on this podcast? Well, anyway, Tokyo Tony decided to address the situation. Now, I didn't watch this, okay? So we're watching this together in real time. Most of you probably already seen this, but just listen to this nasty, just nasty, nasty. Like to hear it go.
Good morning. So y'all seen the show. Let me break something down. Bitch is TV. I'm a whole married bitch to Marcellus Honey.
You're married? It's even worse.
We all sat in and watched it last night,
No, we didn't.
and it was funny. However, it's amazing how you slut bucket nobody ass bitches worried about me cocking a leg up. But you didn't worry about him calling me names. You didn't worry about him putting a person's name in shit that wasn't there, that you never could prove that you fucked anybody. So make me understand why these
Hey, neighborhood talk. Y'all don't bleep out this atrocious language.
jealous ass nobody bitches love to be so invested in me. Bitch, stay invested. Make sure you subscribe to the Zeus Network. Bitch, it gets better than this. You know I am the show. I am motherfucking TV. Go! Act Zeus! He told me. So, at the end of this, they didn't show it. I was kind of baffled why they didn't, since it started off that way. I guess they wanted to keep it cute. But no, he kissed my hand at the end. And hey, game, it was all in fun, all in TV. That man has a baby on the way. Take notice, when we asked him about his kids or woman, he did not mention it. Pay attention to that part. But he has a fucking new baby on the way. He ain't just get her pregnant yesterday. So, it's TV. So, okay.
Bring back shame. I don't find any of this funny. I'm sorry, I don't. And these are older women, right? So this is what the younger girls have to possibly look up to. They say be the change you want to see. I can't see myself behaving in this manner at her age or at all. I can't. And I don't understand why. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. To be sitting up discussing your daughter's sex life is diabolical on a whole nother level. Angela out here done changed her life, sobered up, and here her mama go. This why sometimes you gotta cut your mama off and be okay with it. Someone else said that she brought this stuff up first. She mentioned him and her daughter before he came out. So why the amnesia? Open her legs for a man her daughter has been with. Cursing people out because they can't make sense of your chaos is wild. But people are going to watch this. That's what's crazy. Zeus Network has become successful because people like trash television. And then we complain, some of us, or some people in the same breath complain that there's no good music, no good TV, nothing. But why is it that Zeus Network and this type of trash content has so many views? Why? People like what they like, but I am not interested in Tokyo Toni and her nonsense whatsoever. All right, up next, KANDI BURRUSS, okay? So KANDI BURRUSS, she suspects that her former Escape member LaTOCHA Scott stole her diary and leaked details about her private relationship with Jermaine Dupree. My question is, why was the relationship private? So let's get into this Jasmine Brand article. So KANDI BURRUSS, she opened up about how her relationship with Jermaine Dupree was exposed, shedding light on a challenging chapter that contributed to Escape's eventual breakup in '98. In a candid segment from TV One's Uncensored, what did I say, Unsung? I meant Uncensored. I be getting them confused. The 48-year-old singer revealed that her relationship with producer Jermaine Dupree began after Escape's second album, Off the Hook, during the filming of the music video for Who Can I Run To and Do You Want To. So this is what KANDI said. It was a double video. That's when we first connected. It wasn't like we were around people being all flirty. We were like totally just cool friends. It wasn't a public relationship. It was very much so private. KANDI BURRUSS also disclosed that she confided in group members Toni and Tamika Scott, who is LaTOCHA's sister, about her relationship with Jermaine Dupre while LaTocha Scott remained unaware. So she thinks. Kandi shared that her diary, which detailed her relationship with Jermaine Dupre, was stolen while on tour, leading to the revelation. So Kandi said, somebody stole my diary on tour. Now, I can't say that LaTocha herself stole my diary, but somebody that was close to her definitely got a hold of it. Does this make sense to y'all? Do y'all believe this? The diary also contains secrets about a relationship that Toni was involved in. And during an argument on the tour bus, LaTocha Scott allegedly brought up both relationships. Now, why are you writing about Tini's relationship in your diary, Miss You're My Little Secret? Okay. Kandi then began to suspect LaTocha Scott's involvement in the theft of the journal. Okay. She says, I'm livid, but I can't prove who took the diary. I had an idea. I felt like I knew who took it, but I couldn't prove it. So I couldn't do anything about it. I was like, how she know that? She knew it all of a sudden right after my diary is stolen. It ain't a damn coincidence. Now, is Kandi stupid or something? Now, in 2019, let me finish reading. In a 2019 interview, Jermaine Dupre reflected on the situation, believing his involvement inadvertently fueled internal rivalries within the group. Okay. He denied favoring Kandi due to their romantic involvement, but still aimed to highlight Kandi's sound, which he likened to T-Boz from TLC. In the present day, Escape is currently on a 30-day tour without LaTocha Scott, co-headlining with SWV. Now, if you're on a tour bus, so were they the only people on the tour bus? Escape? Anybody could have taken that diary. Also, Tamika Scott and LaTocha are sisters. So although you might not have told LaTocha Scott, you don't think Toni or one of them could have ran their mouth? You don't think somebody that was close to Jermaine Dupre knew that y'all had a secret little relationship? I mean, that circle was pretty small. And I'm pretty sure there were eyes every which way. Now, I'm not saying LaTocha did or didn't. Kandi's not saying she did or didn't, but she is insinuating that LaTocha, she thinks that LaTocha might have taken the diary. And considering LaTocha's already tainted reputation, people are going to believe that LaTocha did this. So I think that this was kind of reckless, in my opinion, on Kandi's part. I didn't watch Uncensored. And I probably won't, because I don't know. Kandi, I can't do Kandi. I can't. I'm not interested in her unsung or uncensored story. I'm not. Being honest. So I just think, like, why even? I mean, I'm sure she was probably asked the question. I'm sure, but when certain people don't want to answer questions, they know how to evade certain questions. Especially if it makes them look bad or it has the potential to make them look bad, they know how to evade certain questions. So this is going to strike up some more speculation. Somebody's going to come out and say something. If I was LaTocha Scott, I just don't say anything, because I think a lot of people already knew. There were a lot of whispers when Kandi was messing with Jermaine Dupre. Didn't she deny it at one point? I could have sworn she denied it a long time ago. And why was the relationship secret? Is it because you were underage? You could have evaded this question. Trying to make LaTocha look worse than she already does at this point with this situation. I remember Wendy Williams talked about this. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Like I said, LaTocha Scott, her reputation is already obliterated, okay? Especially as it pertains to her group mates, and the whole Escape group. So it's like, why would, I don't know. Just, girl, I don't think anybody cares about this 30-something odd year old relationship, because there were a lot of rumors that you were the reason why your relationship with Jermaine Dupre was the reason why the group broke up. And of course he's going to deny it. Of course he is. Jermaine Dupre, that is. So I don't know. Do y'all care? Let me know what you think. Kandi also mentioned that she has no interest in returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you guys care? Are you gonna miss Kandi on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Did you see her uncensored little episode? If so, what do you think? What do you think about Tokyo Toni and this Aunt T podcast? Have any of you watched the podcast? If so, drop down in the comments and let me know. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Under 30 minutes and I'm cruising. So that's good. Okay. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. That's your admission fee. Thanks in advance. And drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. All right. All right, y'all. I'm signing off. I love you for watching. And as always, I will talk to you later.